Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Richard N, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, November 2nd, 2015, around 7:40 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun's down. It's been down for a couple of hours. It's going to be in the upper 30s tonight. Tomorrow's another day of 60, a great stretch of weather for Indian summer. Going to end Saturday, then we'll be back to normal temperatures. But there's a good possibility it's going to be 60s and 70s again later on next week because we're in a warmer than usual pattern and stuff. Some news to report at 9 a.m. today. 139 Major League Baseball players are now free agents. They could sign with any team they want to. No more meaningful baseball games for another 5 months. April 4th's opening day for Major League Baseball. 3.5 more months away for spring training. And Tuesday and Wednesday there'll be ESPN Baseball Tonight podcast with Buster Only. That might be a future personality profile about Buster Only. And also Cincinnati, Ohio. The new Cincinnati, Ohio got Buzzer TV on one of their television stations, 20.3. Buzzer TV shows classic game shows. Buzzer TV's over-the-air digital network continuing to grow, and hopefully very soon it adds a Boston market. And the Denver Broncos acquired wide receiver Vernon Davis from the San Francisco 49ers. That's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject is about my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is about the late, great sports announcer and longtime host of ABC's Wide World of Sports, Jim McKay. Jim McKay was one of the most famous sports announcers of all time, known for his association of ABC's Wide World of Sports and stuff. Jim was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His real name was Jim McManus, and he grew up in Philadelphia and Baltimore. He moved to Baltimore when he was a teenager, and he went to Mount College in Maryland. He served in the Navy in World War II, and then when he got out of the war, he worked as a newspaper reporter for the Baltimore Sun for a couple of years until 1947. Then Jim moved to a new medium called television. He was the first voice heard on Baltimore television, and he worked for WMAR TV for about 3 years, and Jim decided to move to New York, and he signed with CBS, and he actually hosted a variety show called The Real McKays, and Jim McManus's real name was changed from McManus to McKay, and he worked for CBS in the 1950s and stuff. He eventually went into doing sports stuff. He actually called football games for CBS, the New York Giants, and he also hosted the summer games in 1960 for CBS. He was supposed to host Winter Olympic Games for CBS that same year, but he had a nervous breakdown and stuff and had to drop out while Walter Cronkite took his place. And also, during his time in New York, he hosted a game show for about a few months. It was a Goodson-Todman game show. It was a panel game show called Make the Connection and stuff. And he didn't last too long as host. Eventually, Gene Rabin hosted that show. And Jim McKay was becoming a star at CBS. But in 1961, Roone Arledge, who was the president of ABC Sports, had an idea for a new sports program called Wide World of Sports, and Roone was interested in Jim McKay hosting it. Originally it was going to be a summer series. He asked Jim if he was available to do it. He said sure, and Jim signed with ABC Sports, And for the next 37 years, Jim was the primary host of ABC's Wide World of Sports, spanning the globe to show you the constant variety of sports, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat, the human athletic drama of competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports. He also hosted golf for ABC and IndyCar racing, horse racing, and several Olympic games and stuff. He anchored the coverage of the 1972 Summer Games from Moscow, Russia, when they had the infamous Munich massacre, where 11 Israeli athletes passed away, got murdered and stuff, and he was praised for that, and he got a lot of compliments about that, including from Walter Cronkite and other newsmen and stuff. And also, Jim hosted the World Cup in 1994 and in 2006 and stuff. Jim McKay never broadcast a major sport for ABC, the major team sports, during his time there. He never hosted the NFL or Major League Baseball or the NBA and stuff. But Jim was a major league sports fan and stuff. But they never gave him the opportunity to do that. And Jim founded Maryland's $1 Million Day horse racing challenge. It was a race they had every single year that promoted Maryland horse racing and stuff. And also Jim McKay wrote a book in 1998 called My Wide World of Sports. And towards the end of his life, he actually was a minority owner of the Baltimore Orioles in the late 1990s and stuff. And in 2002, Jim McKay was a special correspondent for NBC's Winter Olympic coverage in Salt Lake City, Utah. ABC allowed him to work for NBC just for that occasion and stuff, and it was pretty good. He was interviewing a couple of athletes sitting next to Bob Costas during prime time, which was pretty amazing. And in 2003, HBO had a documentary for the sports documentary about his life and stuff, which was pretty good and stuff like that. His son Sean McManus was once president of CBS Sports and CBS News. He's now CBS Sports chairman and stuff. And Jim McKay faded quietly in the sunset in the mid-2000s, retiring without any fanfare, and he passed away in 2008 at the age of 86. Jim McKay was one of a kind. He's probably, one of the probably top 10 sports announcers and sportscasters of all time. If there's ever a Mount Rushmore of sports announcers, he probably could be one of the 4 on the list. And that's about it on that. And that's about it on these video blogs, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tomorrow, 3 more video blogs are coming your way. First video blog will be about the top 10 greatest Fox Sports announcers of all time. Then the second video blog will be about the state of Minnesota. Tell you about how the state of Minnesota, how people should travel there, if you want to travel there. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about former Major League Baseball player and announcer Tony Kuba. Lots of great video blogs are coming in November. It's going to be a November to remember on these video blogs. And one more thing, I was mentioned again on Julie Broughton's Facebook chats. She does it during the commercial breaks around 7:10. So if you want to be part of the Facebook chats with her, sign up for a fan page and stuff, because she's amazing. She's got nice legs and a great smile. And like I always say, keep calm. And I'm a Julie Broughton guy. And Molly was a blood fox 35 rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hotz is so stunning. And in the words of WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin. You DTA don't trust anybody. Good night, see you tomorrow.